approaching 30th Street Station. We're on a Chestnut Hill West bound train. Gonna ride the Pennsylvania Railroad's old Chestnut Hill branch. Got an airport train paralleling us to the left.
Next stop, 30th Street Station. This is a wheelchair accessible station. For connections to SEPTA Regional Rail, Market Frankford Line, Amtrak, and New Jersey Transit.
The bright signals, approach medium. Medium clear.
This stop, 30th Street Station. Watch the gap when exiting.
I got it, and it was so exciting.
Oh, I'm going to take the Chestnut Hill West and see if I can get one of these going back out of the East Station.
It was when we got to Wayne Junction.
Yeah.
It was called a junction, I guess, because of the track. There's all the switches on the tracks.
Oh yeah, well that's where the
Does that happen up here too?
North Philadelphia they go off.
Next stop,
Oh, they
North
do?
Philadelphia.
Did you like a kid?
Yeah, I hear you. And we just left 30th Street Station. We're heading up to Chestnut Hill on the old Pennsylvania Railroad branch. It was electrified in 1918. They always block that seat off. They're worried about railroad crossing accidents. That elevated line you see on the right is the old PRR, West Philadelphia elevated branch. This spaghetti-like maze of track, it's a big bowl of spaghetti-like maze of track, is part of zoo interlocking. So named because it's in close proximity to the Philadelphia Zoo. Well, at 1 o'clock, there's the old tower. And we've got an Amtrak train heading for New York, too, on the right. I don't think we're going to catch him, though. That was a tough tower to work in. And right here, we're about to cross over Girard Avenue and the Schuylkill River. It's a big stone arch bridge. A lot of Amtrak action. Looks like we got an Acela approaching. Switches we just went through is Mantua interlocking. It's part of Zoo. It's like we got an approach slow signal. That Amtrak we were chasing is long gone. He's already by the North Philadelphia station, which is where we're going to be entering the Chestnut Hill branch. And that's why we have the restricting signal. I'm not sure what this signal indication is. It's like a flashing red over a yellow. Normally I would think that would be a slow approach, but that flashing might mean something different. Put it on YouTube. Yeah, I got quite a few of these on YouTube. And we're approaching North Philadelphia interlocking, and this is where we go on to the Chestnut Hill branch.
This stop, North Philadelphia. Watch your step when exiting.
The station ahead is the main North Philadelphia station for the main tracks. The Chestnut Hill branch has its own. They're usually flag stops. Right here is where we go on the branch.
I see.
It's like Wayne Junction, but it's on the other line. Yeah. I like
I've been this train about 6,000 times.
Oh, but you never rode to Chestnut Hill West?
No, I never watched the tracks.
Oh. You're in for a real treat then. I like this. Cool.
Do you have to be on the new train? To have this
Yeah.
view?
The old ones are kind of blocked off in the front. North Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill stop.
Do you want to take a picture of that?
What? Oh. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, pretty depressing.
It's definitely in need of urban renewal, that's for sure. There's a lot of abandoned buildings around here.
Well, around this
Yeah.
particular line is great.
I actually like this branch better than the other one because it's really wooded, it's hilly, it's pretty.
I remember taking it in the late fall, and there was, I guess, witch hazel in bloom along the
Yeah,
side.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Chestnut Hill branch is entirely within the city of Philadelphia. This part of the line isn't terribly inspiring, but when you get further north, go through some wooded areas, it gets quite scenic actually. And right here we're going over the old Reading main line into the city. I had passed underneath this earlier on the Doylestown train. Totally different view. You see what the engineer sees. You live in Chestnut Hill, I
Yeah.
take it? Nice town. Nice town. This is Roosevelt Boulevard, Route 1.
This stop, Queen Lane. Watch your step when exiting.
I don't know what that bird was that flew off the other track, but it looked carnivorous.
Next stop, Shelton Avenue. This stop, Shelton Avenue. Watch the gap when exiting.
Have you lived in Chestnut Hill for a long time? When did they do away with the streetcar?
I actually remember the street for 23, yeah.
Yeah, went all the way down to South Philly.
Yeah. Well, they changed they shortened the 23 bus route recently. That used to go to South Philly, but now it stops at Market Street. There's another.
Oh yeah.
So you do this in other lines? You've done this on other lines?
A couple other ones. Haven't done all of them. When did they do away with that trolley? In the 80s, I think?
Oh, I can't remember. But
Next
I've
stop,
lived in the
Tall
area
Cotton.
Your hat?
since the 60s.
Oh wow.
So,
So you remember when it used to cost 35 cents to ride this into town?
well, now it's worse than nothing. So.
Yeah, right.
This stop, Tall Cotton.
You
Watch your
said
step when
getting old is
exiting.
bad, right?
Yeah, and this used to be, we used to live there, so this used to be the stop. And we went to Chestnut Hill.
Yeah. Well, years ago, they used to run trains all day long, like every 30 minutes. Not anymore.
That's right, they changed the schedule.
Now it's every hour, except
Well,
rush
except the
hours.
rush hour.
Yeah, same with the other line.
And they never quite got them coordinated so that it would be every hour. That's all. Because I can take either one.
They both take about the same amount of time to get into town. Well, when I get into Chestnut Hill, I'm going to walk up to the other station and go back on the other route.
Oh.
Hopefully, I'll have one of these again. I think I might, because the train at Jefferson that when I got on this, I saw that one going up to Chestnut Hill East, and he had these. So might be his train
On
going
the
back.
schedule, it does have the numbers of the train,
It doesn't tell you what kind of equipment it has, though.
doesn't it?
No.
Oh, you mean it's the number for the route rather
Yeah,
than
the train number doesn't tell you the equipment.
Oh, I see.
Next stop, Upsall.
I wish it did
Yeah.
on a website or something. That
Yeah.
way I'd know. The Long Island Railroad does it. That's where I live,
Where?
Long Island.
What brings you from the...
Well, I like to hang out down here with the trains and into their subways and the streetcars.
This stop, Upsall. Watch your step when exiting.
Riding it for nothing is certainly an enticement to come down here.
Well, they took the trolleys away, but they left the tracks.
Yeah.
Whereas there used to be one on Wayne Avenue 53 where they took the tracks away.
Well, I have this old book at home, Philadelphia Electric Lines. This
Yeah.
city was loaded with streetcars. Oh my goodness.
And there still are some.
There's about, well, the 15 is bust right
Yeah.
now. They have
There's one on
the
Lancaster or someplace.
they have the 10, the 11, the 13, 34, and the 36. That's it. They used to have a hell of a lot more. I used to go to Willow Grove.
To the amusement park.
Yeah. I mean, they went so far out of town, those streetcars. Not a bad winter.
Next stop,
Yeah.
Carpenter.
February's almost over, so. And can spring be far away?
Well, we've had some big storms in March.
Yeah, I know.
This stop, Carpenter. Watch your step when exiting. Next stop, Allen Lane. This is a wheelchair accessible station. This stop, Allen Lane. Watch the gap when exiting.
That's new, isn't it? The walkway.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they're nice looking stations. I know you're going up a steep hill when you go into Chestnut Hill from the city. It's considerably higher on altitude.
It was a summer resort.
Years ago, yeah, I read about it. It's beautiful around Christmas time.
Next stop, St. Martin's. This stop, St. Martin's. Watch your step when exiting.
Take care. Yeah, scenery is much
Next stop,
improved here.
Highland.
A lot of nice old homes around. Some of these homes look like they were built a couple of hundred years ago.
This stop, Highland. Watch your step when exiting.
You can see we're on a definite grade here.
Next and last stop, Chestnut Hill West. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
Up until the 80s, you could get here by rail 3 different ways. The old Pennsy route, the old Reading Company route, and the number 23 streetcar. The streetcar is no more.
Chestnut Hill Hill West is the last stop on this train. Watch the gap when exiting.
And dead end up ahead. This station used to have a black station in it. This branch used to have more frequent service years ago, every 30 minutes. Now it's roughly every hour, other than rush hour. Now let's walk up to the old Reading Depot. Chestnut Hill is one of the nicest neighborhoods in the city of Philadelphia. And you can see the old trolley tracks in the street. This is Germantown Avenue. You can see the track in the street here on Bethlehem Pike. This is where the trolley used to loop around and go back to Philadelphia. Make a left turn and come out behind this Children of America building. Go back down Germantown Avenue, south toward the city. This is the old trolley terminal. The tracks are still there, but it's bus only. Well, just a few minutes walk up the street from the old Pennsy station is this old former Reading Company depot. Note the masonry structure, which is so common with former Reading Company depots. Looks like we got a Silverliner 5, possibly going back to town, I don't know. I saw this equipment in Center City heading up here as I was getting on the train to Chestnut Hill West. Well, I'm riding back to Philadelphia on these Silverliner 5s out of Chestnut Hill East. Unfortunately, the head car is closed to passengers, so get a shot of some of these station names.
Next stop, Winmore.
Beautiful homes up here also.
Yeah, I told her just to get out of this go.
Not to be confused with Worcester, Massachusetts. Main Junction Yard. Saw an AEM 7 back there. PCS 64 on the other side, if you can see it. There it is.
This stop, Wayne Junction.
909.
Watch the gap when exiting.
Right next to 911. There's 905. Well, leaving
Next
Temple
stop,
University, I finally got to the head
Jefferson
car.
Station, a wheelchair
I'm gonna ride this
accessible
train a
station.
little ways.
For connections to
Ride it as far as the tunnel.
Market Frankfurt Line.
I'll show you where the old turnoff to the old Reading Terminal used to be.
New Jersey Transit buses. The Pennsylvania Convention Center. Reading Terminal Market. Greyhound Bus Terminal. And the Fashion District.
Well, there's a phase break here. Here's the phase break. Years ago, prior to November of 1984, we go straight ahead into Reading Terminal. You can see what's left of the old right-of-way. It's naked now. We're heading down to the tunnel to head to Jefferson Station. But behind this building on the right, this substation, you can see the old catenary poles for the old right-of-way that headed to Reading Terminal. You can see what's left of signals. See it up there in the upper right-hand corner? That's the old line into Reading Terminal. That was closed in November of '84 when the Center City Tunnel was opened, which we are about to go into. So, as we approach Philadelphia and the tunnel, I'm going to shut the camera off.